Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with a 2023 Mercedes C300. The C-Class gets a couple of updates this year, changes a little bit, but not by too much. There are three different models of this car. The first one is is the C300 that is only rear-wheel drive. Then there is the C300 4MATIC, which is what we have here. That just means it's all-wheel drive. Those two are otherwise totally identical, other than that change in drivetrain. Then there is the AMG variant, usually called the C30.
This episode brought to you by coffee.
This has some AMG packaging on this particular one, but it is not the AMG model. This is a C300. So in my book, this is probably the way to get it. If you need to go super fast, I guess you can get the AMG, but really that's a lot of money to spend for that when you could be getting a more luxurious vehicle here or going up a size and getting even more. This is a great entry-level vehicle. So you're starting at around $55,000 for this vehicle, and this is really nicely done. It's a good balance. The turbocharged 4 puts out just enough power to make it feel good. It feels peppy and fast. It does a good job of feeling like it can do things. So it is sporty to drive in its way, but it is not a sports car. Then on the inside you have all of the little things that you kind of expect out of a luxury car in this segment, this part of the market. There's heated seats. Heated steering wheel comes on with those. Then you have, that's up front of course, you have the full MBUX infotainment system, which in my book is the best in the business right now. You can literally just talk to it. There are a couple of things that annoy me on the inside. I don't like not having a physical volume knob. You have to do it on the steering wheel or ask the system to do it by voice, and that's just clunky to me. I think it would be a lot simpler if it was just a little knob and that's it. The other stuff is nice, but it would be way better to just be able to quickly control it instead of having to fiddle with that touchy swipe thingy that they have on the steering wheel and try to get it to work. I do like that you can just press that to mute. That's nice, but really that's one of my biggest annoyances in this car, honestly. I also don't like that there is, it disappoints me that there aren't cooled seats in this. I feel like for the price tag that really should be included, but otherwise, great car. Back seat, good size. I can sit in it at 6'3". I'll show you that in a little bit later. And driving my kids around in this was a great vehicle for that. So all in all, a very, very well done entry-level sports sedan. It's balanced well. It feels good to drive it. So let's walk around a little bit. I'm not going to show you the trunk. The trunk's a good size, but I'm not going to show it to you. I don't think you need to see it. We'll talk about the back seat, the front seat, and then we'll wrap all this up. But of course, before we can talk about all that goodness, we have to talk about design. So very sleek look. Mercedes is really good at this. It's a German thing. It's kind of that minimal, but still classy that they do. All the German makes are good at it. Mercedes in particular. So what you're looking at is from the front, you probably saw those stripes on the hood, the little humps that come up. There's a very light one in the center of that, and then one here that starts the fender. So by doing it this way at an angle running like that, you not only define the edge of the car and match it with the pillar here, but it starts the fender, makes the fender look much more powerful, faster, makes it look like there's more room for those wheels to turn, all those little things that are visual cues for sportiness. Then you have the simplified bodywork. It's very simple. You have a very thick belt line running all the way down, and then you have this very slight curvature and then that hard dent right there to create a running board. That is very simple and elegant, but and classy, I think is the word I'm looking for. And then you can see the roof line. It curves very quickly, even though it's flat right in the middle. Because they widened it right here, you don't see that as much. It still looks curvy. So they flattened it so that they can put glass up here, but also so it keeps the headroom in the back seat. Then you have, the wind is exactly right to blow my hair right in my face. Anyway, then you have that short bump for the trunk back there. So the deck lid is very, very short and angled. That creates that that sporty thing. And then you can see the back fender is wide, very wide right here. That gives it that muscle, right? So you want that. And the overhang is longer than I would have expected on a car like this, but that's literally what's creating your crash zone and your trunk space back there, which is ample. So beautifully designed, well done to just create that classy look. Yeah, just kind of it's classic Mercedes. And the wheels, get a load of those. I love these wheels. They're so great. All right, let's get in the back seat and then the front seat and wrap all this up. Okay, here I am in the back. This seat is set for me at 6'3", plus it's pushed back even a little further because, you know, like a lot of luxury cars, when you shut off the engine and open and close the driver door, this seat moves to make it easier to get in and out from under the steering wheel. So this is almost as far back as it's ever gonna get. And you can see I still have knee room left. I have room for my feet underneath. There's a storage pocket here. I have because of the curvature of this seat, I have a lot of room. Head-wise, I'm just barely touching the top when I sit up straight. And that is because of this panoramic roof. It pushes the roof down. But I am 6'3", so that's a lot of room back here. Shoulder-wise, the bolsters are actually really well done, so this feels good back here. I could sit back here for a very long distance and be fine. You have 2 outboard seats, and of course the center chump seat if you have to have a third in the back if you really need to have all 5 seats filled. I wouldn't recommend that, but you can. Up front here, I'm just going to quickly show you what's going on. I'm not going to get in and move it around and stuff, but you can see you have a large digital display for the driver. Then there's the infotainment display over there in the center. You have a lot of these controls on the steering wheel, which are mostly sliders and buttons. So you can push them to make things happen, or you can slide your finger on them to change settings. Cruise controls on this side, and audio and infotainment and phone are on that side. Otherwise, pretty typical Mercedes. You shift with the knob over here, you run the windshield wipers and everything else here, push it right here for squirters. It's very, very comfortable in here. Lots of carbon fiber on this particular one. Really, really nicely done. I enjoy driving this car a lot. Okay, so there you go. That is the Mercedes C300. This is the 2023 model with the 4MATIC all-wheel drive. This is a wonderful, wonderful machine. It has this particular one has the AMG package, adds a little bit of change to the exhaust, adds a lot of the amenities that are on the inside, and just some of that AMG bling. The wheels are part of that, I believe. So, but honestly, for a little bitty four-cylinder turbocharged car that's an entry level, that's about $55,000 or so, this is a really good vehicle. I really enjoy it. It always feels balanced. It never feels sluggish. It doesn't ever, not at one time has it ever felt like it couldn't do what I wanted. It's just a nicely balanced and built car. So wonderful job from Mercedes. 2023 C300. Talk to you again soon.
Subscribe.